Very good morning to all. Today's class is on breast complications in puerperium. So when we are talking about the breast complications in puerperium, we will be covering it under these four headings: breast engorgement, cracked and retracted nipple, which can lead to difficulty in breastfeeding. Third will be mastitis and breast abscess, and fourth is lactation failure. So these are the four complications of breast during puerperium. So coming on to the first one, breast engorgement. So what are the causes of breast engorgement? Exaggerated normal venous and lymphatic engorgement of the breast which precedes lactation, and this prevents escape of milk from the lacteal system. Now, the usual onset of this will be third or fourth day of postpartum, and the symptoms will be considered as pain and feeling of tenseness or heaviness in both the breast. There will be generalized malaise or even transient rise of temperature, and there will be painful breastfeeding. How to prevent this breast engorgement? To avoid pre-lacteal feeds, food other than mother milk, to initiate breastfeeding early and unrestricted, exclusive breastfeeding on demand, feeding in correct position, and correct latch on or get its mouth in correct position around nipple. What is the treatment given? To support the breast, frequent suckling, manual expression of any remaining milk after each feed, use of analgesics, then regular breastfeeding at frequent intervals, and gentle use of breast pump. So these are the treatment given for breast engorgement. Now the next is the cracked nipple. The nipple may become painful due to loss of surface epithelium, due to fissure, and the causes are unclean hygiene resulting in formation of crust over the nipple, retracted nipple, trauma from baby's mouth due to incorrect attachment to the breast, and infection. So all this can lead to cracked and retracted nipple. Then coming on to the infection part, the infection is usually because of the Candida albicans and Staph aureus. Coming on to the treatment part, correct attachment will provide immediate relief from pain and rapid healing. Fresh human milk and saliva have got healing properties. Purified lanolin with the mother's milk is applied 3 or 4 times a day to hasten healing. And when it is severe, mother should use a breast pump and the infant is fed with the express milk. The persistence of nipple ulcer in spite of therapy mentioned needs biopsy to exclude malignancy. The prophylaxis prophylaxis is related to the hygiene. One should maintain the hygiene in order to avoid the cracked nipple. The next is acute mastitis. The incidence of mastitis is 2 to 5% in lactating and less than 1% in non-lactating women. The common organisms involve Staph aureus, Staphylococcus epidermidis, and Streptococci viridans. The mode of infection is usually infection that involves the breast parenchymal tissues. Infection gain access through the lacteoferous duct, leading to development of primary mammary adenitis. Then non-infective mastitis may be due to milk stasis. Feeding from the affected breast solves the problem. Onset. In superficial cellulitis, the onset is acute during the first 2 to 4 weeks postpartum. However, acute mastitis may occur even several weeks after the delivery. The clinical features of acute mastitis includes generalized malaise and headache, nausea, vomiting, fever, severe pain and tender swelling in one quadrant of the breast. Then what are the signs of acute mastitis? Presence of toxic features, presence of swelling on the breast, The overlying skin is red, hot, flushed, and feels tense and tender. Now, diagnosis is by microscopic examination of breast milk showing leukocytes more than 10 raised to 6 per ml and bacterial count more than 10 raised to 3 per ml. The complication of acute mastitis due to variable destruction of breast tissues, it leads to formation of breast abscess. Correct. So the complication of acute mastitis is breast abscess. Now the prophylaxis is through hand washing before each feed, cleaning the nipples before and after each feed, and keeping them dry. Reduce the nosocomial infection rates. The management will be breast support, plenty of oral fluids, breastfeeding is continued with good attachment. The infected side is emptied manually with each feed, and then dicloxacillin, penicillin resistant penicillin, and analgesics like ibuprofen and milk flow is maintained by breastfeeding the infant. This prevents proliferation of Staph aureus in stagnant milk. The ingested staphylococcus will be digested without any harm. The breast abscess, the features are flushed breast not responding to antibiotics promptly, browny edema of the overlying skin, marked tenderness with fluctuation, and swinging temperature. If an abscess is formed, it is to be drained under general anesthesia by deep radial incision extending from near the areola margin to prevent injury of the lactiferous duct. Incision perpendicular to the lactiferous duct increases the risk of fistula formation and ductal occlusion. Finger exploration is done to break up the walls of the loculi. The cavity is loosely packed with gauze and which should be replaced after 24 hours. The next is breast pain, which may be due to breast engorgement. Infection is usually because of Candida albicans, nipple trauma, mastitis, or occasionally with latching on or let down reflex. And the next is lactation failure. Lactation failure. Inadequate milk production will cause lactation failure. Infrequent suckling, depression or anxiety state in the puerperium, reluctance or apprehension to nursing, then ill development of the nipples, painful breast lesion, endogenous suppression of prolactin, and prolactin inhibition by, we can say, diuretics, pyridoxine or ergot. Then treatment for maintenance of effective lactation in an otherwise healthy individual, the following guidelines are helpful. Antenatal and puerperium. In antenatal, to counsel the mother regarding the advantages of nursing her baby with breast milk, to take care of any breast abnormality, especially a retracted nipple. Then in puerperium, you have to encourage adequate food intake, to nurse the baby regularly. Painful local lesion is to be treated to prevent development of breast phobia. Metoclopramide is given, intranasal oxytocin and sulpiride is given. Now this I have found to increase milk production. So here we will stop. Thank you very much.